Why, hello there, everyone. I'm just watching the chat here. How is everybody? Let's let the stream catch up. So I just kind of wanted to draw today. My afternoon became free, and I decided I wanted to stream. I kind of missed it. So I have a couple things to color, just, for fun, but I want you guys to choose for me. So I'm about to stick a straw poll on which one I'm going to do first. I'll probably do both of these tonight, or at least one and a half. And, this is my character from Role4Damage. Well, the one on the right is my character from Role4Damage. The one on the left is just kind of me playing with her design. So, let me get this doc here. I'm just gonna slap this into the chat, and I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes to talk to some people. I love you too, Connor. My lovely sister in the chat being mean to me as usual. Hi, how are you? I am wonderful. How are you? Let me go check results here. So just a reminder, the little numbers are just for the straw poll, because I'm going to be doing both of these. I just want to know which one to do first. So, looks like a lot of people are saying 2, and the poll's also saying 2. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Hey, what's a sibling for? Yep, exactly. Exactly. We are there to hate each other, I suppose. Let's see. See how the poll's doing. Alright, it looks like 2 is the front runner. It also looks like that's who you guys are choosing in. Also looks like that's who you guys are choosing in the chat, too. So let's do 2. Hello, Alan or Stitch, Trayden, Kyle, Ren, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Nova. So my tormentor for this game is also in the chat. That's nice. Alright, let me just get this set up here. I don't know how many of you guys caught the first episode that went up on Friday. It was very fun, if not a little dramatic, for my character. But it was really fun. I genuinely fucking adore everything that Role4Damage does. And I'm so excited to be able to come back. And I've kind of been thinking of I've had the session on my mind for a while now, actually. So, this was actually going to be the piece I was going to be drawing in the video I put up last Friday, but I ran out of time to record the speed paint, so I had to use some backup footage. So, why not just do it on stream? Just to the record, this other one is just a, alternative, or as I kind of see it, a more grown-up version of Nia when she's a little older and wiser and not as... when she's a little older and wiser and, not as walking into jail cells. If you missed that, well, this character walked into a jail cell, and I had a lot of people asking what happened after she walked into the jail cell. I think I just used the wrong color on her skin. Hold on. There we go. And a lot of people asking what happened after she walked into... Nova, I'm going to be so mad at you. God dang it, Noah, you completely messed up my flow. When she is no longer Nia. Yes, well, she'll always be Nia. I just want her to learn not to walk into strange basements. Yeah, I think I think that's probably a useful life skill, is to just don't follow guards into basements and don't walk into cells with without questioning why you're walking into those cells. She is. Well, she's not a sweet summer child. She's a sweet snow child. She's a little ice bean. Actually, this is, funny enough, she's the first character that, people who've been around on my channel for a long time saw me draw. I've drawn her quite a few times, actually, because she's gone through a lot of revisions. Yes, after the jail, yeah, thank you for putting me back on track. Okay. We'll talk about her revisions after I answer this, because I had a lot of people asking what the fuck happened after Nia got put in jail. Well, I spent a long time in jail. I got accused of being in league with the cult, when Little Miss Nia would never. And the town ended up sending guards after the party. And, it was a situation. The mayor's head ended up getting exploded by our cleric. I can't believe Saras, god damn it. I can't talk and read the chat at the same time. Saras broke the mayor's head open, and we had to run. And then we ended up getting stuck in we had some fun shenanigans in a forest, and I got freaking flybyed by a dragon, and that was fun. Once again, Nia kind of being reckless and not doing the best things for herself. Nia got a green dragon started flooding a forest with its poison breath, and I decided it would be a brilliant idea to try and fly after it, because I put fly on myself, and I ended up getting flyby attacked by this dragon. Hit the ground, formed a crater, had a dragon scale stuck in my ribs. It was great. She's I don't know how she hasn't died yet. I think she's just very, very lucky. Alright. Reading. But don't walk into strange basements, kids. The more you know. Yeah, well, okay, the worst part is that it's not even like there wasn't even any real incentive. It's just, oh, somebody wants to talk with you. Follow me. And she's just like, oh yeah, sure, that's a good idea. I need to pull something up real quick. I really hope you guys can't see. Where is there it is. Pull up Nia's concept art here, because I did not get color drop her little hair ribbons. Thought I had all of my stuff already set up, but I did not. Alright. So, it's Sloane that would have been, okay, let me just make it clear. It would have been Sloane that would have been insinuated by Sweets. Probably not Nia. There's an RP reason to multi-class into a Draconic Sorcerer. Well, you guys will see what she is. I haven't exactly been that upfront with what she is yet. So, we're kind of not talking about what all of our classes are. And Nia's I want to be the most ambiguous about. She's just a mage. That's all you need to know, is that she's a cute little mage. Oh god. So for everyone here, there was a moment where she was put in the party collapsed the building. Yeah, Nia also almost got crushed by a building at that point, which was why she kept trying to cast inside of an anti-magic field once she heard the house above her start to collapse. Nia ended up, just for the record, because I don't think I mentioned it in the video, the cage that she was put in was an anti-magic cage. that she could not cast in. She took some pretty serious damage casting in that freaking cage, and it was not a fun time. Sloane ended up getting her out, which, you know, is quite unfortunate considering now Nia is petrified of Sloane. Right now, she is absolutely horrified of Sloane, because if you missed our last episode, Sloane may have put her knee through a man's face. The Role4Damage's Twitch is in the description of this stream. I think you painted a ribbon with hair color, did I? Oh, I most certainly did. Thank you, Connor. If you guys did not catch our first episode, Role4Damage's Twitch is linked below, and the VOD is still there, and I will also pin a comment after the stream is done with the VOD linked. This was a very, very fun first session. It was quite charming. Despite how it ended. Why are you shaking your head at me? I didn't do anything. I have been the innocent one in this party, and Nia has no business being with these people. Oh, no. No one's late. Just kind of... This is just a chill stream, sitting, doodling. I should also make note that on Halloween I will be having a little charity stream, just drawing some spooky stuff. I tried to do Goretober this year, and it didn't really, tried to do Goretober this year, and I just kind of lost time by the October 1st hit, and then suddenly it's October 5th, and I've only done one section, one picture. Happens every single year, but that won't stop me from trying. But I will be doing my day 30, or my 31st, day 31st, day 31, god damn it. My day 31 prompt I will be doing on stream, and all of the proceeds will be donated to a charity. I haven't picked the charity yet. I'm probably gonna lean towards the Trevor Project again, or maybe go for art again. I'm not sure yet. We're just gonna see. I'm just kind of gonna play it by ear, but by the time the stream starts, I will be... by the time I do the stream, I will have already, announced the charity. What would Nia go as for Halloween? I don't know, honestly. Honestly, Nia probably could get away with going trick-or-treating on Halloween, considering she looks like she's a child. She's very emphatic that she's not a child. She is 20. But, nobody fucking listens to that. And yes, I know Pancake will... Pancake, I don't get a fucking say in that. I'm not sure. An angel with the weird little wire rings. Rings. Blech. Fuck. Maybe I'll draw her as something for Halloween, and I'll just keep it a secret, and you guys will have to follow my Twitter to find it. How's that sound? Twitter is also linked, or Instagram. Instagram is also linked. I post there all the time. Not a child, Baka. It's more like I'm not a child, and then she walks away kind of wanting to cry because everybody keeps calling her a child. Nia's too sweet to actually get mad at somebody yet. I don't know how far that limit's gonna be, but she hasn't blown up at someone yet for calling her a child. We have had a couple jokes that Nia is going to end up completely obliterating someone for calling her a child. Just one day she's gonna come up to the party saying we need to leave now, just covered in viscera. She's a half-elf, though. Alright, see you, Kyle. For the record, she's a half-elf, and I'm relatively certain that half-elves, age at the normal human rate, or at least they mature at the normal human rate, and then they just live for, like, a couple extra, like, an extra 100 years or some shit like that. Okay, Connor, I'll see ya. So, no, she's not a child. She gets so mad when people call her a child. I think you'll find out why. There is, like, an actual reason. It's not just, like, an indignant, I'm an adult thing. There is, like, a reason why she hates it. And you'll find out. Hopefully. I don't know. I did not color all of her hair properly. Where's the hair layer? There it is. So, I was saying something... Okay. What I was saying earlier, before Nova put me back on track, is that, Nia, I've actually have drawn Nia quite a few times on this channel. She's just changed a lot. Actually, I'll put on the screen the first picture you guys saw me draw Nia as, wherever that folder is. Here it is. This was OG Nia from way back in, like, a year ago when I made her. Actually, I think it's been closer to 2 years now. So this was my first video, actually. The first video footage you guys ever saw me do when I was talking about the Power Gamer story. Nia was the character I played in that campaign, and I've kind of just evolved her as game needs changed. There's another one on this channel where I did a video of her, and that was I think it was the video's called The Dragon and the Ferret. It's just a speed paint. There's no just a speed paint. There wasn't any it was just a speed paint. There wasn't any commentary. Sorry, I keep cutting off. I'm reading the chat. And that was this picture here. Nia was a different race, though. She was a homebrew race in our world called a Vasar, which was kind of basically the Aura from Final Fantasy. Really fun, though. I really liked drawing this design. She was really cute. Alex Brotherton, I'm using Paint Tool Sai. And I kept a lot of this design, actually, because Nia was the character I tried to play on the game we tried to run here on the channel. So Nia's been through quite a few iterations. I'm just really glad to have a game that sticks, and I'll finally get to develop her a little bit. Her story's always been relatively the same. It's always been centered around searching, but I'm really excited just to see I'm really just excited to see where this story goes. Everybody's characters are also so interesting. I'm already fascinated with Saras, our cleric, and his motivations, and I'm really curious about Auric and Sloane as well, and Leaf. I honestly am curious about everyone, but I think out of everyone's characters, the thematics around Auric and Saras interest me the most, because you'll see why. There's just something very spooky about both of them that I really love. I don't know why I decided to make Nia's armor so, not complicated, but it's complicated when I'm drawing her in this position. It's also extremely inefficient, but It's fine. It's fantasy, right? Can I pull the it's fine because it's fantasy excuse? Oh, God. I mean, Nia ain't dressing up like Sloane right now. She's kind of terrified of Sloane right now. We left that last session off. I'm pretty sure Nia's gonna be in tears at the beginning of next session. She's not used to that kind of violence. Oh, the Goliath, you say? Yes, I think it'll subvert expectations. Fun fact is the character Nia's looking for, I won't tell, like, about him, but he's someone who's been in Nia's story pretty much since she was made, honestly. She's based off of a PC that we had in her original party. And, yeah, I think you guys will find it interesting, if not really sweet and cute. I couldn't keep a straight face. Everybody kept, every time Nia like described him, and she just got a homeless sailor. More plot armor, please. Well, I think I said this in my interview. I don't think Nia's gonna last the campaign, but I'm a write it until she's gone because I love her to death. But Nia's already gone, like, has not quite gone unconscious, but has nearly gone unconscious several times at this point. So, she's very glass cannon-y in terms of what she can do. I won't go too into what she can do, but she can deal a lot of damage at once, but she doesn't have very great defense. So, and there's also the problem where she doesn't like dealing damage. So, hold on. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Nia doesn't like dealing damage. She doesn't like fighting. So, this is going to be, it's going to be interesting when she's pushed into a corner where she has to fight for her life. And I think it'll be kind of shocking just how damaging she can be when she wants to be. I really love the gold on this armor, but God, I hate coloring it. I really don't like doing tedious details like this, which I'll pull it up on the screen here, but the artist who did the art for Role4Damage Brepai did such a beautiful job interpreting my little concept art here. I gave her this and like a few other like little doodles, and she brought out this beautiful masterpiece, and I love how she did the embroidery on the bottom like skirt of her armor. It's so pretty. I've been pretty much doing all of my embroidery in this similar like little drawing out the individual threads, because I think it's such a simple but beautiful way to show that like embroidered texture. So I can only imagine that took her forever. And sorry about that. There's a motorcycle going by. I don't know if my mic is picking that up, but if it is, I am sorry. Something I find really interesting, like artist to artist, is seeing another artist interpreting my concept work into their style. And I was really excited when I first got started. Yeah, I know, right? Her work is absolutely beautiful. I'm so scattered. I'm so scattered today. when I first started playing on Role4Damage, I was so excited to see another artist interpreting my work, like my vision, because when I was back on the Ruffians, I also gave like a very brief, like a very simple concept art because we weren't playing for very long. So this was the work I had given her for Era, who, you know, is, you know, the bitchiest wizard you'll ever meet. And what she did with it was, I loved how she could just capture her attitude immediately. And it was like the first sketch I got, she nailed it. And it's also just fascinating seeing my very cartoony, very anime style and like the way I typically design things get reinterpreted into a more stylized, bit closer to a realistic style. I don't know. I'm rambling about it at this point, but it's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite things when, like, working with other artists or watching other artists. See it with my friends, my art friends a lot. I love seeing different techniques and watching different artists draw the same subject and seeing how different it is. I remember when the KDA video came out for League of Legends, me and some friends all did fan art for the Akali skin of the Blacklight. And it was really cool seeing just how different we all like drew it. I completely ignored the chat for that entire ramble. Nia in every screen. Haha, I'm in danger. That's cute that you think that she's smart, that she's, well, yeah, smart enough to realize when she's in danger. Again, walked into a cage all on her own. Didn't get out until the roof started falling. So, Nia isn't dumb in, like, a sense where, like, she's, like, not educated. She just has no good, like, she doesn't have a danger radar because she's very sheltered, I guess, is a good way to put it. She's very sheltered. She hasn't had a lot of, I don't want to say she hasn't had a lot of trauma, but she hasn't had a lot of time on her own where she's only been by herself, or where she hasn't been around people who are also, like, thinking, okay, she's kind of dumb, we're just gonna keep her safe. So it's just it's unfortunate, it really is, for her, the poor thing. She has so much potential, she just needs to learn that the world isn't fantastic. And it's something I hope will develop as the story goes on. I just want her to learn how to be more careful. She's why there's both intelligence and wisdom. Yes, if you missed it on her player card, her wisdom is a 6. So, she's not good at telling when danger is around, or when, you know, she shouldn't. Like, maybe when she should keep her mouth shut and not say these things. She also just, like, doesn't like to lie. She doesn't like to deceive. So she's like, if someone was like, hey, are you this person? Or it's like, hey, are you with this, have you seen this dangerous gang of criminals? And they hold up a fucking picture of Saros. She's like, oh, that's my friend. She's thinking, oh, that's my friend. And she'll probably say that immediately before she's like, oh, I probably shouldn't say that. I probably shouldn't let them know that that's my friend, because that's incriminating me. Despite all of it, I love playing her. She's just such a joy to get in. it's such a joy to get into her headspace and think like her and just kind of it's quite fun to just get into her head and, you know, be, you know, kind of dumb for a little while. It's a fun escape, I guess. Nia's entire concept has always been low wisdom. She's very sheltered. So I'm excited to see how that changes as this game goes on. Yeah, kind of. But it's less like she has no filter for inappropriate things and more like she's not very good at just keeping things secret that, like, could get us all in trouble. Like, you know, we nuked a town, and I guarantee you if somebody asked her, she might have said, oh, we came from Ankrum. She probably wouldn't have said, hey, we nuked this town, but she probably would have been like, oh yeah, we were coming from that direction. I remember that I cannot draw a humanoid figure. I can't draw non-humanoid figures. Doing the color block of Leaf and doing the little animation with Leaf, that was fun. Mike had to go like full furry on us, so it's quite fun to suffer through that. Thank you, Mike. That. Get all of this down. I think we're almost done with her flat colors. Oh, Jesus. Kamachakta, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. For the, fuck, my brain turn off. Hold on. Kama Chakta, for $50 for no other reason besides I can. Thank you so much. That was very sweet. Ow! Ow. I'm okay. Okay, alright. I think I'm almost done with the flats. We got a little Miss Nia here. I swear every time I draw her little flowers, the little number of them changes. Where is which? Alright, what layer did I put these on? Because they're not. There's little things. Little pixels. White pixels I don't like. Fix. If Nia was in school, she's a snitch on accident. If Nia was in school, she wouldn't be here. If Nia was in school, she would not be in the party right now, and that might be a good thing for her. She's very much a young girl that should not be where she is now. She's... I'm fine, guys. I smacked my hand with, in between... I smashed my pinky in between my tablet and my desk. I'm okay. It sounded worse than it actually was, I swear. This is a normal thing for me. I am a huge accident-prone klutz. Actually, here's a friggin' story. Earlier in the year, I took a trip to go see my boyfriend, and we had like an Airbnb that we were renting. And this Airbnb had like a really interesting layout. It was like you opened the door and it was immediately like a living room, and then to your right, there were like 4 stairs leading down into an apartment, right? Or into a kitchen, right? And I looked at my boyfriend and I told him, I'm gonna fall down those at least once. And about fucking not even 5 hours later, we were getting ready to go to bed. He was already asleep. I had to put some stuff in the washing machine. And all of the lights in the apartment are tied to a smart remote, including the ones to the bedroom. And I didn't want to wake him up because we didn't figure out how to work the light switches. Like how to turn on the lights without turning them all on, like without the smart remote. So I was just using my phone, and he just hears a huge bang. and me screaming, fuck, and I'm on the floor of the kitchen. Laughing my ass off because it was fucking... I thought it was hilarious. Sam comes out there freaking out, like, oh my god, what happened? And then he just sees me and starts laughing. And I told him it was gonna happen, but I didn't expect that I would fall that, like, that quick. Like, this was within 3 hours of us getting to the apartment. So, no. This is normal for me. This is a normal Tuesday, guys. I've definitely done a lot worse. Don't you judge me. I didn't tell this story on YouTube for me to be judged, guys. This sweet summer child is... Actually, she's legitimately gone up in the... in the town that we nuked. We got a room at the inn there, and Auric, our star elf, was like standing behind Nia while she was going to like buy her room, and the fucking innkeeper looks at Auric and is like, "Is this your child? Is she your ward?" And Nia just died a little on the inside. She's so tired of people calling her a child. She's an adult. Granted, she doesn't act like one, but she's an adult. Where the heck is my campaign notebook? Actually, no, it's in the other room. Never mind. I was going to go get the counter. I'm keeping track of every time somebody calls Nia a child. Every time Nia gets called a child in the game, not by the chat and not by us in the game, like by a character in the game. I put like a little tally, and I've been doing this since our first offline session, and we're already up past 16. And it's been like a couple weeks. Oh, there's even more people. Hello, I just saw the number jump up from like 40 to 50. Hello! Hello, everyone! Okay, so... I'm gonna let the chat make a decision here. I can start shading this, or I can go color the other one, get those flat colors down, and then I'll shade this one. I'll let you guys figure that out. Do you want me to just start shading, or do you want me to start coloring this one? Let me get rid of that. Which is same character, just a different design. I had this sketched out about a couple weeks before we had our first section. Shading. Everybody wants me to shade, okay. Alright, flat color, shading please. I vote for more colors, shade it. I vote purge. I mean, these are both Nia, to be fair. These are both Nia, just two different versions. Shading. Okay, everybody's saying shading. Nia for Halloween can go as an adult. Yeah, sure. I don't think that's gonna do much to get her candy at the door. You know, that would honestly, okay, from the context that she could become a child to get Sloan candy, she probably... Oh, no. Damn it. You guys, hold on. I'm an idiot. Wrong layer. There we go. Alright, okay. No shade, but shade. Okay, guys, we're gonna do shading. Alright, now I gotta decide what tone I want this to be. Do I want this to be warm toned or cool toned? So I'm going to do a thing real quick. Just for funsies, I'll show you guys the colors that I normally shade with. It's normally one or... I normally shade everything with a single color just set on a specific layer. I'm thinking the cooler tone one. That one looks nicer. So I guess I can talk a bit more about the shading process. Hello, Devin. How are you? She should be able to ascend to become an angel. Honestly, I don't think Nia should ascend to become anything. I think Nia just needs to survive the game. That's all I want. And all I want is that she survives the game. I want her to live, and then you know, we can talk about what she's gonna do as a career. But I just want her to live. Well, like, actually, even as a career, she's fucking fine. Nia's talked about this before, but she works on trading vessels. So she was doing adult things. She wasn't just running around waiting to, like, get not kidnapped. She was doing adult things. She was being an adult person. Oh, God. I did this to myself, making her hair so pale and then having her skin be so pale. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. So just to talk about this process a little bit, this is a trick I picked up from ABD and just kind of formed to fit how I usually shade. Is I take a color, normally it's like a really desaturated dark purple or a really desaturated dark red, and I think this only is going to apply to people on the I think this is only going to apply to people on Psy, is that I set it to Lumi and Shade, and I play with the opacity until it's what I want, and I kind of just go with, if I want a cool shaded light, like warm toned shading, like the light, or cool toned shading. And with Nia, especially because she's an ice mage, I typically color her line art with really dark blue. I mean, that's not entirely wrong. When we were making Nia, we were literally saying she's just a D&D magical girl, and I'm kind of here for it. I think that's pretty fucking fun. And honestly, any cute little character I make is going to end up being very heavily anime, because my style is grossly anime, and that's never going to change. I've been working away from it a bit, but a lot of it's, you know, it's going to take time. And, you know, sometimes I like to draw very obnoxious anime stuff. Alright. When it comes to just the way I shade, it's very simple. I kind of go with a mix of cell and some soft shading, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. I'll show you guys what I mean by, like, that mix once I have this skin done, which will be in just a minute. Oh, that's her hair. What I tend to do, it's a trick I picked up from a friend of mine who goes by Pyro PJ on Instagram. His art is really, really, really pretty. He does it's very precise, his artwork. He takes so long on it, and I wish I had that kind of patience. I tend to draw very quickly, and therefore I have a lot of mistakes in my piece that I just think are part of my style at this point. So, here's what I normally do when it comes to the shading layer, is I literally just duplicate the layer I just put down. I take my water tool, which, I fucked around with my settings a lot on my water tool. And I don't know how much they're gonna show up on stream, so if you guys really want to know, I'll take a screenshot and post it on Twitter. And I just take the water tool and I blur it out. And I'll go into the main layer, the first shading layer, and I'll play with the opacity until it looks right. Then I have blushing to do on her face. Pyro PJ, I think. Let me check on my Instagram real quick. I'll throw it in the chat. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. PJ Pyro. Yeah. It is, I'm gonna throw this in the chat. Loves. The person is PJ Pyro. Okay, there you go. I still have to do her blushing, and I like to do little highlights. I don't do a ton of highlights, but I like to do a few. Especially on very sweet characters like this. Nia especially, she's supposed to be very rosy-cheeked, with like big round doll eyes and just supposed to look like a picture of innocence. So, let's see. This looks like a good blush color. I'll get her eye whites also in a minute. So what I normally do is I slap this down. Let me fix that. That shouldn't be there. And I'm going to have to go over the hair color real quick and fix. Oops. There we go. I just put the color down in the general area I want. I also put like a tiny bit on the lips because I like the lips to have a tiny bit of color, not a ton. I more like to just allude to lips being there rather than drawing them. And then I just blur the absolute shit out of it, and if it looks like I diffused it too much, I just go back in and add that color. When it comes to the lips, I make the brush a little bit smaller, and I try to sweep in a side-to-side motion just to keep it on the mouth. And I think I diffused this one just a little too much because Nia's supposed to be very rosy-cheeked. Kind of happens when you're really pale. And we're going to just diffuse. Keep blending, blending, blending until it looks like they're all either smarmy or... Honestly, Nia's character type is the character type I tend to go for more often. I like playing sweet characters, and I like playing very big sister or motherly characters. Honestly, the character I first started on Role4Damage was a very different character archetype for me, because I don't normally play characters that are super aggressive. Also, this is just a little highlight I like to do. I kind of do it on every drawing. On Nia's complexion, it's a little difficult to see. On Nia's complexion, it's a little difficult to see. I'm also going to go ahead and blur this out a bit more. There we go. But I like to do these little highlights, and then what I do is I go back, make another layer, put it to luminosity, and I add these little like shine points. I don't really know what these are. I've been adding them to my artwork for years, and it just feels weird not to put them there. I think we're gonna move on to her hair next. So, I was using this color. Like I said before, when it comes to shading, I typically use the same color for every part, except the eyes. I go different with the eyes. But it's the best way that I found that blends all of my color choices together and makes them seem nice and uniform. I always, oops, didn't want to do that. I always have trouble, actually, with the top of hair when it comes to shading, because it just, since I started, like, really emphasizing where hair parts and that it doesn't just lay flat against someone's head. Alright, let me get through the chat. What the heck are you guys doing? You guys are... Silent Heretic as an Imperial, what? Yeah. Yes, Nia is totally a Sailor Scout. Let's go with that. Even though I've seen, like, maybe 6 episodes of Sailor Moon. The technical name is Specular Highlights. I don't know. They just look cute. That's why I do them. I saw a lot of artists that I liked do them, so I started doing them. Rise and cheer for our family of greatness. You guys are wonderful. I'm glad actually so many have, so many of you guys are enjoying this, just kind of sitting down and chilling. I used to get, like, really anxious about streaming because I'm not very good at being entertaining, in, like, a live, setting. I'm a lot better at sitting down and scripting and, like, coming up with, like, a way to be really composed. But if you guys like this, I'll do it more. Because I love interacting with you guys. It's just, I'm so, like, not confident about my streaming. So if you guys want me to do this more, hell yeah, I'll try. I'll do my freaking best. I want to start doing this on Twitch more. Actually, next week. Next week. I think it's next Sunday we're planning it. Me and some of my mods from my server are going to be streaming us playing Among Us. And I'm probably going to be streaming that on Twitch. That's going to be fun. I'm probably going to be terrible at that game. I posted a tweet last night. I was playing with my boyfriend and some of our mutual friends. And I got imposter. And I was running with the group to avoid them, being suspicious. And my dumbass hit kill instead of sabotage while I was standing next to, like, 4 people, and they all saw me. And we all get into, whatchamacallit, the little meeting, and the first thing I hear is, "Really?" And I'm sitting, like, there trying not to cry laughing because I felt so dumb. But it was so much fun. I've been having such a blast with that game. And it's one of the few games that my friggin' piece of shit computer can run right now. So, we will be doing that on Twitch on Sunday. I'll have, like, an official announcement for it. Another time. God, I can't talk and read the chat. I'll have an official announcement for it on Twitter and up in the Discord server. Probably later this week. We are still getting logistics figured out. It'll be fun though. It's gonna be great. Will you play Baldur's Gate 3? Not gonna lie, Baldur's Gate is a game I've never really played before. A bunch of my... I was going to have a D&D session today, so a bunch of my players were super, super excited because the thing was coming out today. I don't have a ton of time for games. I tried to play Chrono Trigger, and I couldn't get past one episode because my connection was terrible, but also my PC can't handle a ton of games. My PC struggles to run a lot of games because it's not a very good computer. I'm still trying to get the parts to build my new rig, but, you know, with the pandemic going on, my expendable funds are kind of limited. So it already was like on arm and a leg just to replace my microphone. So, oh yeah, D&D stuff. I recently joined a Midgard-centered game, like a very Norse mythology-centered game. I finally dipped my, made myself play something that's not a caster. I've dipped my toes into Barbarian, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am a Storm Herald Barbarian in that game. I've already posted her up on Instagram. Her name is Astra. She is really fun to play, actually. She's very outside of... Well, she's both outside of my comfort zone for, she's both outside of my comfort zone for characters and also in my comfort zone for characters. It's kind of hard to explain. I'll probably talk a bit more about her in the future once I have more to talk about. I've only played like 3 sessions with her. And like had 1 combat. So, I'll talk about her when I have more to talk about, I guess. I also don't want to spoil too much because I know at least 2 of the players in there watch my videos, and I don't want to give anything away because I worked really hard on Astra. If you're going to DM... the game here on the channel is kind of on the back burner right now. I'm just involved in too many projects. I got hired onto another book. I can't tell you guys what book it is, but you'll hear once I can. I got pulled into the Role4Damage stuff and just general doing some commissioned work and trying to keep up over here, so I just don't have a lot of time to write a campaign out. I am currently testing my campaign on my older brother and his friends, and I kind of want to get it worked out because I want to make sure that I have some experience outside of, doing one shot before I try and put on a show for you guys. Flip. Sorry. Well, Neron, I have 50 or so characters and just don't have games to play them in because you can't play D&D 50 times in a week. As much as I would love to. I posted on Twitter yesterday. I thought I was going to die in my boyfriend's game, so I started doodling a new character. And I came up with a cute little goblin monk who is like very, very quickly on like the top of the characters I really want to play, because she's just, her energy is friggin', I love everything about the way I drew her and just how like rambunctious and loud and spunky she looks. Alright, I think that's gonna be her hair. Actually no, I think I'm gonna add a couple more of these. And for her hair, it's kind of the same thing I do for the skin, where I duplicate it and I just blur it out to give it a softer transition. Yep. I just blur it out to give it a softer transition and give more color into the hair, and that kind of ends up being the final hair color. And depending on the picture, I'll add highlights, but for Nia, I think her hair's already so bright that adding highlights doesn't really add too much. What I might do, though, is add just a little bit more of that shading color. Oops. That's not... What I might do is add a little bit more of the shading color just under there. Set it and just pull it out a little so that that part looks just a little bit further back. Alright, and that also shows me this, so I can correct it. Alright, I should probably do her eye whites. Let's go ahead and get those down. Tell me if I'm the only one, any of you artists sitting in the chat. Does drawing eye whites just feel weird to you? And not like in a sense of like, drawing the whites of eyes is weird, but like it always, like shaping them is difficult. Unless I draw like a really heavy lash outline, it's difficult for me. Like with this one where I very clearly mark the perimeter of her eye. But if I don't do that, like if I have, let's see, I think, I'm trying to find an example here. Maybe, nope, that one did it too. I gotta have an example in here because I know I did one fairly recently where it was just a pain. Here, actually, this will work. This one, where I don't draw the bottom line. Granted, this is a sketch and a little bit of an older sketch. But when I don't draw the bottom lash, just drawing the eye white feels weird. I don't know. That was a long ramble just for one little problem. Okay, we're gonna do her little ribbons. I don't know how these ribbons have stayed or why the flowers haven't wilted, but I'm just kind of saying magic. The ribbons get a much more simple treatment because they are just, you know, flat pieces of cloth. And same thing is duplicate the layer, clip it down, blur it out a little. But with the ribbons, I typically like to give them a shine just because they are supposed to be a little bit of a satiny material. And I'll still do that shine with the same color that I used as a shading layer, but I'll set it to luminosity rather than Lumi and Shade. So, sorry for any of you digital artists that do not use Psy, but this is what I use. I think I'm going to wait on her flowers, and we're going to go into her eyes because those are my favorite. So, let's see. Do I have anything? Do I have one of Nia where her eyes are already colored? I do. I like to try and stay consistent with how I color her eyes, like what colors I use on them. And when it comes to eyes, I kind of stick to the same formula where I draw the pupil. I use that same pupil color and draw like a shaded area at the top. I duplicate it, I blur it down just to add like a bit more of an easier transition into the base color. And then I take that base color and I set the layer to Lumi and Shade. And I add these like little bubbles. Especially with Nia, because her eyes are supposed to be such a big, are supposed to be a very prominent feature on her face. They're very big and doll-like and bright. Sometimes I do this like little backlit bubble thing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it on this one because I like how this looks. Something I like to do when I'm just being like mega anime is adding like the white pupils, but I don't think I'm gonna keep that for this one. I think I'm just gonna keep it very simple. Maybe add like an extra layer of bubbles where I just bring a little white in. I think why I gravitated to an anime style is because I freaking love I love coloring eyes. And I love making them all sparkly and big and prominent. And well, there's her face. I gotta shade her blouse because I put that in the wrong layer, in the wrong layer category, but it's fine. We'll make it work. So, is there anything you guys want to know about this game that I can reasonably tell you? Not, like... Yeah, kind of. Well, the flowers in her hair, they're there for a reason. They're forget-me-nots, and I love flower language. So, there is a reason why I chose to put forget-me-nots in her hair. And I won't say why, because it is fairly backstory related, but... Yes, there are actual flowers in her hair. In a minute, I'll pan over to her little character art. She has... As you can see, she has little forget-me-nots that she sticks in her hair, along with the ribbons and her pigtails. That's just what she does. I don't know if... I shouldn't have duplicated that yet. I don't know if they're real flowers or if they're, like, ice or what. I just know she has little cute flowers in her hair, and she loves them, and she doesn't take them out. She just stick with one person in the party. Well, that answer would have been Sloane had Sloane not put her knee through a man's face. Nia has her apprehension about the party right now. I think if I were to describe her mindset, it would have been Sloane. Why do elves? Why does every D&D race, except for like 3 of them, have dark vision? But to like answer that question, seriously, I think it might be Leaf if she had to stick with anyone, and I think that's because he's the only one she's not afraid of right now. Because you gotta think of this from her perspective. She's a girl who hasn't seen a lot of violence before. She's never seen people get like hurt like that or die, and all of a sudden, you know, her new friends. And then, you know, all of a sudden, her new friends, she watched Saros break a man's head open. She watched Saros break a man's head open. She watched Ulrich kill a bunch of people with a gate. And now she's seen Sloane put her knee through a man's face. So she's just a little... I think I'll use this color. She's just a little nervous about everybody right now. So out of everyone, I think it's probably Leaf because he's the one she's the least scared of right now. And I don't even know if scared is the right word. She's nervous around them because she's seen what they're capable of. So, but in all reality, if Nia left, she'd be going off on her own. She has a mission, she has a friend to find, and she doesn't have time to be incriminated in yet another crime she didn't do. So, let's see. So, this Friday, actually, the end of this campaign, she will be the Queen of Murder. Mark my words. I hope she's not. I'll be sad if that's the direction she ends up going. I mean, if she snaps, but I really hope she doesn't go that way. The only thing I want is for her to learn that the world, you need to be more careful in the world. She's guilty by association. Exactly. Well, that's why she got put in a cage. Going back to flower seeds, sorry, but in this world Ooh, I like that though. I like that a lot. I had a character that had an affinity for white anemones once upon a time ago. Because anemones are... white anemones are funeral flowers, and she was a very sad, grieving woman who could not let go of the loved one she lost. Nia now. No murder. Nia at the end. We already have jokes that she is the most evil person in the party. She's just very freaking good at hiding it. Like, Nia is actually, like, chaotic evil. She's just really good at manipulating people. We've actually, what's funny is that Nia has a fairly high proficiency when it comes to some checks that you wouldn't think she has, like intimidation, that we've had to reflavor. Like, her intimidation check is now her pathetic check. She looks so weak and helpless that you don't want to hurt her, or you want to believe her. Let's see. A Harley Quinn in the making. Oh, I hope she doesn't meet a Joker. That'd be kind of fucked. I promise her friend is not like the Joker. He's a sneaky boy, but he's not a murdery boy. Nia is the BBEG. Yeah, no, she's totally the big bad. She was the big bad in the first game, she's the big bad now. If it looks safe, it just might kill you. Oh yeah, no, I figured that out real quick because one of my DMs decided to implement freaking potion mimics. Took a health potion and took like, I think it was like 44 poison damage instead. It was terrible. I'm never gonna trust that again. Yes, Nia. Nia's the most intimidating person in the party. Just look at her eyes. You know, never mind Sloane, who's like a freaking brick house shaped woman. It's the 5'0" little elven girl with flowers in her hair. Yeah, no, we were introduced to healing potion mimics, and I'm never going to trust anything my DM gave me. Because she is evil. That's a fact now. She's completely evil. Do not let that cute face fool you. She is clearly an evil witch, according to those guards that chased us. When Nia got put into the cage, the first thing that mayor asked her is, "How long have you been working with the cult?" And she's just so confused. So no, she is an evil witch who is bent on... Yes, no, she's very sus. She's very sus. She'd be the first one shot out of the airlock. Well, all Nia's got is a sword on her back. And I think, you know, in this party, she probably needs it. She is evil by accident. The funny thing is, Nia hasn't killed anything yet, and she's still being labeled as the evil one. The only thing that she's, like, actually gone at to attempt to actually harm was a demon. So... yeah, no, they're just happy little accidents. Ah, fuck! Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to shade. I don't know why I decided to make the fucking bottom armor so... I know it's not actually complicated, but for someone like me who hates drawing armor, this is complicated. I don't like it. She is good at deception, I will say that, but I think that's also because she's she's got high charisma. Her stats are already out there, but this is like a 20 charisma character, so. Also, for anyone watching, we are playing fairly high level. She's level 12, so. High charisma, very low wisdom, very low strength. the demon. Alright. You know, out of all of us that would get tricked by a demon, it would be Nia. And it wouldn't be because she wants the demon's power. It would be because she's an idiot and would, like, believe what it's telling her. Like, if that demon told her it had candy down to the 9 hells, she'd probably follow it. Nia, do you ever want to talk about your... I think that's the other way around. Yeah, no, Nia would totally try to befriend a demon. She would, one of her biggest strengths and flaws is that she wants to see the good in everything. She believes everything deserves a second chance. As a follower of the God of Redemption, she wants to believe that everything can be redeemed if you give them the chance. But there's another side to that she hasn't had to experience yet, which is... there's another side to that she's yet to experience, which is those who cannot be redeemed because they refuse to try need to be dealt with. She hasn't reached that part of it yet. Nope, no fireballs here, unfortunately. This is a world where we are actually limited as casters as the type of magic we can cast. Nia is mostly a divination caster. She has a couple icy spells, but those are under a special exception. Only fireball. Joe, get out of my chat. Thought that was only for wizards. She's not a wizard. She's too dumb to be a wizard. I did not color her buckle on her front yet. Oops. Well, I'll have to fix that, won't I? Oh well. I'll do it later. Chat, don't let me forget to color the buckle on her, on the strap around her, over her shoulder. Do not let me forget. And if I forget, I will blame you. Because I'm asking you not to let me forget. So if this goes up on Twitter and this is silver and not gold, it's your fault. Does Nia not have her amulet? She does. That amulet is an amulet made out of pure platinum, so she normally tucks it away underneath her armor. I did not save. Okay, let's do that. Let's save. Hold on, guys. Let me finish shading the strap, and then I'll color it. Thank you for yelling at me. I asked you. The silver looks okay, but it doesn't look good when you clashed it with all of this gold. The fact that I give her gold trim, I don't like. I don't want to leave it silver. All right, here we go. Buckle's been colored. No. People were making a joke at reference, so I was telling him to leave. You're fine, Joed. You're fine. Not talking to you, buddy. Ah, wrong. There we go. Point to save after all that. I saved. All right, it's saved. I've done entire speed paints without saving before, and I like realize it when I'm shutting down the program, and it gives me the, do you want to save new canvas? And I'll like sit there like, I'm playing a dangerous game, and it's gonna backfire on me. Alright, I think we just gotta do her skirt, her sword. We need to do the skirt, the sword, the little ribbon on her sword, and her boots, and the tights that she wears. Let's do the skirt next. That's the thing though, Nia's gear isn't meant to look mismatched. Nia's gear is supposed to look uniform. I get what you mean. I like it when people have their characters look a bit more like they've gathered it over time, but Nia is supposed to look very well put together. That's why I like all of her all of her armor is a uniform color, and there's a reason for that. I can't tell you guys yet because it's spoilery, but there's a reason why Nia looks so prim and proper. So these were character decisions. I don't make a lot of armored characters, honestly, but if you look at this here, this was the other one I'm going to be shading. These are meant to be different pieces that she's brought together. Whereas Nia's original is supposed to be like, this is very proper armor that was made specifically for her. If Nia was a bard, she'd be terrifying. How do you know she's not a bard? You don't know what her class is. You just know she has a 20 in charisma. You don't know what her class is. Maybe she is a bard. She's rich, I tell you. Tell that to the 15 gold sitting in my inventory. I cannot tell you why. It'll make more sense once more about her character gets revealed, but there is a reason why her armor is, there is a reason why, her armor does not look, why is this not? Oh, that's the water tool, that's why. There is a reason why her armor looks very pristine and nice. Rather than, you know, worn. Charisma barbarian with spells. Yeah, Nia's just yet to rage. Honestly, I made a joke that if the next person to call Nia a child was going to be the reason why Nia would take a level in barbarian. Just for the rage. Can I just, like, take a moment to say that out of all the sorcery bloodlines, Draconic is the best one, and I will defend that to my grave. I know it's the basic one, but I love the flavor that it has. I love the thematics. I fucking love Draconic sorcerers so much. They are so much fun to play. In fact, Nia in her very first campaign, not this one, but her very first campaign, she was a Draconic sorcerer. And Arnold, if you're curious about that, I suggest you look up the Puffin Forest video about Absurd, and that will answer your question. Nia could, I did not die, have a pet. What would it be? It would be a ferret named Sylvester because that was her pet before I joined this game. For Trade-in Watterson, who just asked if Nia had a pet. What would it be? It would be a ferret named Sylvester, because that was her pet before in the very first campaign I played her in, that was her pet. He was the best boy. Okay, can you go away, Facebook notification? Thank you. Is she a... Muffin Hydra, no, she's not a Lurker of the Deep Warlock, but I am actually playing a Lurker of the Deep Warlock in a different game, and that's probably one of my favorite packs that's ever come out, and I'm very excited for it to come out in Tasha's Cauldron. So no, she is not a Lurker of the Deep, but that is an extremely fucking fun subclass to play, and I love it. If you have a Changeling character. Honestly, I don't know. Changeling is not a race that particularly interests me. I think a big part of it is that I don't have a lot about that race. Warpugs. I don't think they'd look like Nia. I think Nia is an entity all on her own that I don't think I should make twice. I just love psionics, man. Psionics are so fun. I like being able to... I love all of the spooky flavor. In that same campaign, I play my Lurker the Deep Warlock. We play with a Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. And fuck, that class he's so spooky, but I love him. Our characters are very close. Mine, kind of was acted as a mother figure for him for a really long time. So, actually, I've talked about Meredith before on this channel. I don't know why I'm acting like I haven't. I've talked about Meredith, because she was the one who has the creepy blood sword. I play her in the game my boyfriend is running. Find that you constantly... Alex, Raid Matcher, Rada Matcher, or Raid Matcher, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Yes. The short answer is yes, I have a problem. The good thing is that when I start DMing, I'm never gonna not have NPCs because I have a million fucking characters in my brain. But the bad thing is, I have a million fucking characters in my brain and I want to play them all. Actually, my Tomb of Annihilation game, we are coming to the end. We're just about to hit Omu, so we're about 2/3 of the way through the module. And Melody does make a good point. Art doesn't have anything to do with it. I am a character concept artist. That's what I typically like to do, is draw, is make designs. I don't do full portraits very often, or scenes. So let's see, where is this? My game, the group I play Tomb of Annihilation with, we're coming fairly close to the end, so we've been talking about our next session, and I am playing this babe in our next game. She is a blood hunter named Pyrrha, and I've wanted to play blood hunter for a really freaking long time. So I'm very excited. I actually have a speed paint drawing this. This is her token picture. Coming up. That's gonna be in the video going live on Friday, where I have another DM horror story for you guys. I have since changed her armor, actually. I don't know if I have it saved. Probably not. It's on Instagram, though. I do have it posted. I do have it posted on Instagram, so... another reason you should follow me on Instagram is if you want to see Pyrrha's new armor look. Waste myself. Alright, we're almost done with this one. I'm going to take a very quick break, guys, just to go get something to drink. I shall be right back. I'm just gonna put the stream will begin, whatever. Alright, I have returned. Let me just set this back onto the stream. Alright, here we go. Back on track. Uh-oh. My tablet has appeared to stop working. That's nice. One moment, loves. Okay. I think my driver's just broke. That's nice. Okay. Just waiting for this to turn back on. What did you guys get up to while I was gone? You didn't burn down the chat, did you? Alright, good, good. Looks like you were all playing nicely. That's nice. Should probably turn on the light in here, because here in this side of the world, it's starting to get dark outside. There we go. Okay, everything's back to normal, guys. What was I doing? Shading. Please don't burn the chat. That was a joke. Fuck. Everything is going wrong. Of course it is, because it's fucking being done by me. Alright. Try to see how long you can avoid. Yeah, D&D is just a really clever ruse to make you do more math. Hey, it works, man. It freaking works. And I think we just have... I gotta do her pouches still. I should have a... Well, okay, well, when I was yelling at you guys to make sure that I colored the friggin... the buckle, I should have also yelled at you guys to make sure I colored... There we go. I missed a buckle. Cool. Well, what we're gonna do is just... Hold on. Well, we're just gonna do this. There. It's all done. No, not blaming you guys for that. I'm blaming myself for not even realizing that she had a buckle around her waist. So I still have to do the pouch. I also need to do her leggings real quick. Your faith is ill-placed, my friend. I think you all severely underestimate how much of an idiot I can be. And after me flubbing up trying to say that twice, I think that it's very obvious what kind of an idiot I can be. Yeah, she wears like white tights underneath her skirt. You don't think that this little lady's running around without wearing something on her legs. She is a lady. Let's see. There it is. There's the pouch. I didn't even freaking shade her belt. Wow. Alright, there's the pouch. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up on the chat here and shade at the same time. It's not very easy to do. Oh yeah, my school, when I was in high school, my school had a D&D club as well, but I wasn't into D&D when I was in high school. I didn't get into D&D until about 2 years ago. But we did have a D&D club. I don't think it lasted very long, though. Nia being called a lady. She is a little lady. She is a polite young lady. Even if you are constantly called a child, you can still be a young lady. Alright, I think we're just onto her sword. Her sword and its really long ribbon. I think we're gonna go with the red on this one. I think this is honestly my favorite part of Nia's design. Oh yeah, I still gotta do her flowers. I think this is my favorite part about Nia's design because I just love coloring really flowy fabric. And I think it adds a lot to her silhouette. It's steel. It's supposed to be gray. The sword itself is something important to her. I wonder... Personally, I've only played a character of the opposite gender once or twice. I kind of don't have a problem either way. I like to do voices for my characters, and it's just easier for me to do a voice for a lady, because I'm a lady, for a girl, than it is for me to do a voice for a man. The only character I've played that, the only other characters I've played that were guys were, I played a little halfling named Yugo, and I played a drow rogue, but that was also in my very first forays into D&D, and it was a pre-made sheet, so I can't really say I played that character. Like I was saying, this is, I think, my favorite aspect of her entire design is this really long, flowy little piece of fabric that comes off of her blade. I think it adds a really cool silhouette, but I love drawing and shading really flowy fabric, even if this is entirely impractical to a swordsman. I don't really care because rule of cool. This is one of those things where I would just kind of say, you know, fuck it, it looks awesome, and I like it, and I think it adds a lot of movement adds a lot of movement when I want to draw her. What RPG systems have people played? I've only played 2 so far. I played a little bit of Starfinder, and I play a lot of 5e. I want to try playing more things. It's just a lot of my DMs aren't playing more things right now. Starfinder was okay. I like the sci-fi aspect, but I freaking hate the character sheets. That was hell. And old Neo would be everyone's grandma. Yep, kind of going from being everyone's little sister to everyone's grandma. I feel like she's endeared herself to the party fairly well. I mean, they haven't left her behind yet. That's something good. They haven't left her. I've heard a lot of good things about Shadowrun, and my brother really liked Shadowrun, actually. That's not the color I want for her shade. I'll use that. And like, it's not even like, I can do 5e character sheets pretty easily. We were using Roll20 to build our Starfinder sheets, and it was just horrible. It was not user-friendly, not dyslexic-friendly either. Like, the sheet just looked all blurred together for me, and it was terrible. Like, I sometimes have that problem with 5e sheets, but not nearly as bad as those Starfinder sheets were. Okay, I need to shade her sword, and I think that has this little Nia done. Then we'll go on to the next one. The next design is for any new loves who have joined in. The next... Oh, fuck, no, her flowers. Don't forget her flowers. What layer is her flowers on? There it is. Need to put the little bits of yellow because they're forget-me-nots. Favorite flowers of all time, by the way, are forget-me-nots. It's part of why they're in Nia's hairs, because I love forget-me-nots. They're so pretty. And I'm going to do this color. I'm not going to do a ton of shading on these. I don't think they need it, honestly. They're already, like, you know, getting a lot of front light. I think the most I'm going to do with them is probably color their line art and then slap. Actually, I'll just show you guys. I don't know why I'm sitting here trying to explain the process. I'm just going to show you. Alright, so line art coloring, what I usually do is I'll pick a color, and I think I'm going to choose a very dark blue for this. Oops. And I will go ahead and color all of it. I'll pull back and see if I like it. And usually I'll go in and I'll color the eyes. I'll go ahead and color the eyes just like fix their line art, and I think I'm also going to color the flowers. Just don't know how I'm gonna color them yet. Just make sure this doesn't bleed into the hair too much. And I think I might also do something to the hair. And this is about it. This is pretty much how I do it. It's not a super complicated process, it just takes a lot of time. So, let me save this so I don't lose progress. Oh, sorry, bumped the mic. And I think we're going to go to the next one. Okay. Sorry, just stretching my hand out a bit. All right. We can go ahead and shut this down. And we'll move on to this one, which is a bit more of a seasoned veteran Nia, I guess. Not really sure what to call her. I'll go ahead and select everything, invert, and start the process again. This one I probably will not shade though, just to warn you guys. I might just do like some pretty flat colors on this one, which is basically I'll throw the flat colors down to put a few gradients in. My older one is in the garbage. Don't worry. I just bumped it while I was reaching for my water. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nia, but she looks like an actual... Nia, but she's a bit more experienced in the world. And knows not to walk into basements of strangers. Nia after this group. Nia in her final form. How do you do a layer? I don't understand what you're asking, Joe. What do you mean, like, how do I do a layer? Like, how do you make one in Psy, or how do I... Oh no, she will always be sweet and innocent. Don't you worry. That's... Nia's kind and sweet nature is never going to leave her. I just want her to not be an idiot. I just want her to learn that it's, you know, don't trust everything. Don't... The program you're using. You can't see it on my screen, but on the interactive face... Here, actually, I'll go ahead and just move the capture. Hold on. This button here, this makes a layer. So, alright, I'm just making sure that got up. And we're gonna move the capture back. Sorry guys, I'm just reading the chat. Why don't we just... No problem. Yeah, I've completely lost what I was saying. Okay. This is... Guys, get me back on track. What the hell was I saying before this? That completely threw me off. God damn it. God, I hate being so scatterbrained. If I could switch brains with somebody... That would be wonderful. But I guess this is supposed to be a bit more of an experienced Nia. Not one that has lost her sweet nature, because that's just always going to be... that's just always going to be Nia. She's a very sweet person. That's never going to change. I just want her to learn to be more cautious. Yeah, I just don't want her to be so overly trusting. She just needs to learn that the world isn't all fucking roses. leave that on a lower layer, and I had some plans for this blue. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off though. This is honestly kind of a throwback to a design that I did of Nia in her very beginning stages when I first made her, because when I first wrote Nia, when I had first made her for her first campaign, I planned to multi-class her as a sorcerer paladin. And I had paladin armor that I had made for her. Pull it up on the screen in just a minute. But I did this really cool thing, well, what I thought was a really cool thing, at least, with her, with this, like, really long blue robes, because she was a paladin to Bahamut. Where is this one? There it is. It's also where flowers in her hair was really starting to take off. I hate designing armor. I really, because I'm not good at it. I just duplicate a lot of shapes. But this one was okay. This wasn't terrible. Pinterest is a wonderful thing. So let's get back. So that's kind of where this blue comes from in Nia's design. Jesus, Coda, why are you here? God, if it's that late for you, go come back and watch the VOD or something. You have a good night, but please, like, get more sleep than that when you can. That's not good for you. Fuck. Okay. Anyway. That's where these blues in Nia's designs comes from, is from that, because I originally had her as somebody who followed Bahamut, and the Bahamut symbol is the blue shield with the white dragon's head. And I loved how it looked. Alright, I think we're gonna use this lighter, more reddish color on these. And on these. Not on the belt, though. Like I said, this one's probably gonna be just flat, nice looking flat colors. I'll put them down, maybe add a gradient, shade the eyes, stuff like that, but I don't think I'm gonna go through another shading. Mostly because my carpal tunnel is starting to scream at me. I'm starting to lose feeling in, like, get that pins and needles feeling in my right thumb, so I know when I need to take a break. Of course. She will still be Little Miss, like, rosy-faced, wide-eyed Nia. She's just a little bit more experienced and less dumb. Just more seasoned. There, that's a good way to put it. A more seasoned young adventurer. Because at the moment, Nia's not even an adventurer. She's a friggin', she works as a translator. She was like, she's way out of her element here. Yes, I love designing clothes. It's probably my favorite part of any character design, is doing clothes and hair. So I freaking love designing hair. I think we're gonna give her these same dark red as her pants. And I think I'm gonna keep all her hardware silver instead of gold. Yeah, pretty much. Trayden Watterson, the world may not be all roses, but I feel like she's going to plant a lot of seeds all along the way. Yeah, honestly, Nia just likes a lot of her beliefs. She just wants to spread, like, positivity wherever she goes. She likes to leave places in better places than she found them, which is why what the party has done in the last 3 towns we've been in has been, like, so fucking terrifying to her, because she wants to be good, and they're not doing good things. I wrote, like, a little blurb in, I like to I like to write Nia's thoughts out after every session, and right now, and I wrote like a little letter of sorts to her friend, to the friend that's missing, where she's basically asking if being mean is what it means to be strong, and if that's what it means, then she doesn't want to be strong. Everything that's happening in the game right now is quite a little too much for her poor little soul to bear. There's a very, very high chance that she's gonna end up yelling at the party about what they've been doing, which will be interesting because Nia's not someone who yells. She's a very passive person. Still mostly wearing leather because Nia can't wear heavy armor. For anybody wondering. I have these little metal pieces there to look cool, but Nia doesn't have a proficiency in heavy armor. She can pretty much only wear a medium or she can only wear medium or light. I think half plate she could probably still wear, but I didn't draw her in half plate, so. And I just need to do her face, I think. Face and her little flowers. And, oh, she has a ribbon in this. I didn't even realize I gave her a ribbon. Cool. Just for the record, I did this line art a while back, so both of these line arts I've done a fair while ago. This one was more just something I did for fun, while the other one was something I was doing for a speed paint that I never got the chance to finish. So, oops. Let's go ahead and color her little forget-me-nots. Almost done, guys. Thank you, everybody who showed up. This was quite nice. Getting to spend some time with some lovely people. I've missed just being able to do this. Where is her concept? Oh, it's right here. I've missed just being able to talk. Just like be on stream and talk with you lovelies. I will not add a Halo until she dies. So if you guys see on Twitter that Nia died, that Nia is now drawn with a halo, she died in game, and I'm sorry. Notice how I say until she dies, because I'm so convinced she's not going to survive this game. I love her to death and I don't want her to die, but she's not going to live. I'ma have fun with her until she's gone, but she's not gonna live. And if she does live, you guys can tell me to eat my words. Yes, I'm very happy it's Spooktober. I fucking love this time of year. I'm a little sad we can't celebrate Halloween the way we all are used to it, but, you know, I'd rather people be safe than, you know, risk anything for something like Halloween. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do spooky stuff, though. Once again, I will be doing a charity stream, drawing my last picture for Gortober on Halloween. I had to fucking think about that. So I hope you guys will show up. I don't know what charity I'm picking yet, but I will be doing something for charity. It's probably going to be the Trevor Project or ART, which, if you don't know, that was the same charity that Bards for Bards was for. I think I'm gonna add a little gradient onto her hair real quick. And I think we're gonna call this done. I'm just gonna go color her line art real quick. Color her eyes. I would love to see Nia actually come to this point. But I love where she is now. I think she's adorable and she's got a very solid party foundation. And, you know, it's only been 2 sessions, so, you know, can't really judge too much yet. Alright, loves, we've got this, and I'm gonna go open the other one here. This is what we did today. I hope you guys liked this little kind of impromptu stream. Like I said, I'm going to be live on Sunday, where me and some friends are going to be playing Among Us, and the next episode of Nia's campaign is going up on Friday at 9:30 p.m. EST. So you should totally come check us out and see if she has a mental breakdown on the ship, because she probably will. And also on Friday before we go live, I have a video premiering a new horror story from a DM is going up that day. It's about the same DM that nerfed my warlock. If you guys remember that story, fun times. But I have a story about how he approved of some homebrew I found and then didn't read it before he approved it and then got mad at me for using it. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm losing feeling in one of my hands, so I think I need to stop for a bit. So thank you all for showing up. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for super chatting. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys this Friday, hopefully. You should totally join. Role4Damage's Twitch is in the description of the stream. You should go subscribe to them. Or follow them, I guess. What's it called on Twitch? You just go follow them on Twitch so you'll get the notification. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye, loves.